All right, let's take a step back from all the heavy stuff in life and do something frivolous. I have an Aesop unboxing, and this bag I have not had before, so I will read you out the fable. The north wind and the sun. The north wind and the sun cannot agree on who is the stronger meteorological force. To settle the debate, they grasp an opportunity. A figure walks below them wearing a long cloak. It is decided that whoever is able to remove the cloak is the more powerful. The north wind begins a blustery display, so unforgiving that the figure wraps up tightly. The north wind relents, leaving the sun to its attempt. Slowly but surely, the warm rays offer relief and become so balmy as to require the shedding of a heavy cloak. The moral of the fable, a gentle approach is often the strongest. Yeah, whatever. Oh, you can see that coming from a mile away. Anyway, let's see what's actually in it. What did I get? What did I spend my money on? Oh, you can barely even see it. It's a little bottle. A little bottle of stuff. What is it? Damascus Rose Facial Treatment. Now, I've had a sample of this before, but hang on. It's Rose Petal Neroli Blossom Violet Leaf. This bloody lighting makes it so hard for me to read. Concentrated blend of vitamin-rich oils formulated to relieve, nourish, and replenish dry or distressed skin. Massage into clean skin from forehead to neck. Alternatively, blend with your preferred Aesop moisturizer. And it looks like you can peel up the label and maybe see some more stuff, which might be the ingredients. But, okay, why I got this. I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make yourself some bougie moisturizer out of cheap moisturizer. And, you know, I get it, this is expensive stuff. If you don't like expensive stuff, don't go and look it up. But the idea is, spoiler alert, because you can have it in the video. You don't need to watch shorts, but I will make a shorts version for all the people with no attention span and who can't put up with my rambling. I know I go on. Anyway, no, what you do, you get like cheap moisturizer. So I've got my CeraVe or CeraVe, I don't know how you pronounce it. And you just put a drop of face oil. Like, this is essentially face oil. It says facial treatment, but it's basically face oil. You get a face oil you like the smell of, and whatever. Preferably the smell, because for me the whole point is the sensory therapy. But yeah, get a face oil, and if it has benefits that you like as well, great. But as this said, like, you can put it straight onto your clean skin, and then usually they say put moisturizer over it anyway, so it's like, But this one also says blend with your preferred Aesop moisturizer, and I've done it with other ones that Mecca's given me in samples and whatever. And what happens is, like, you only need, I don't know, 1 to 3 drops, I think is usually what's recommended. You get, like, you know, decent thing of moisturizer, put a couple drops in there, and it makes the moisturizer smell nice, and all of a sudden you've got bougie face moisturizer without the expense. Like, yes, this costs a lot, but it's got 25 mils in it, and you only need a few drops at a time. That's going to take forever to get through. Whereas, if you bought bougie moisturizer, that tub that, like, won't last you that long will cost, like, oh no, 50 to 100 bucks depending, or maybe more if you go completely insane. Whereas you can get, like, the tub of the CeraVe, like, that's that, maybe that big for what? Heaps cheap. I haven't even looked up how cheap it is, because I stole mine from Mum. So I got mine for free, and then just put a few drops in. And this, yes, is expensive, but it'll last a while. And now you have bougie face moisturizer. And also, at the moment in Sydney, it's kind of like it's winter, and some days have been dry. And I don't really have those kinds of problems, but that's my excuse. I know, I'm trying to justify my bullshit spending. But, you know, like, retail therapy is one of the things that's working for me these days. And I've been doing better over the past while. I think that's actually because of music. But let me have this. Let me just claim it's retail therapy. Anyway, what else is in the bag? Because, no, I didn't buy anything else, but they chucked in a stack of samples. And one of the funny things, so I often take Triton into Aesop because they have, and I'm sorry if it's pronounced Aesop, I have no idea. I'm just going to call it Aesop because that's how it's spelled to me. Anyway, I usually take, I often take Triton in. He likes to get their treats. He does tricks for them. He insists on going in. If it's closed, if we're too early and if it's closed, he gets very sad. And there's one time where they were doing like stock takes, so they weren't opening for a whole extra hour, and he just sat out the front because he could see them, and so they just opened the door a crack to let him have his treats. He's a bougie dog. He's the main reason I even go in, to be honest, and probably the main reason I've even tried any of these products. But yeah, no, and so the usual, there's like a couple of staff who know me, but every now and then there are ones that I see less often. And it's kind of funny, once they realize that sometimes I actually buy stuff, the way I was treated was slightly different. Like, they're polite to everyone, but suddenly I'm being offered this really nice peppermint tea when I'm like, yeah, I want to buy that one. Really nice peppermint tea with, I don't know, they said licorice and something else, which is their own blend, but they don't sell it. I'm like, okay. But I think the main note for me was the peppermint. So peppermint tea, good stuff. And then the next time that I came in, one of them asked me, oh, how's all the products going? And they were a lot more interested in me being around. So that's kind of interesting. Some of the other staff, though, they're more like, they're just nice all the time. I mean, they're always, these other ones were nice, but sort of like not getting very involved. But it's now, oh, hang on, they've gotten a bit, I'm going to try and match them all up. Whoa, they gave me so much. So there's a lot of doubles. Okay. So, because I got this and I was talking about like the dry skin thing, or like the dry air. Not so much the dry skin, I'm doing okay there, but the dry air. So they've given me 3 of the Seeking Silence Facial Hydrator, which I think just means moisturizer. People love saying hydrator in these beauty products. It just means moisturizer. Calm down. Squalene ginger root bisabolol. Have I had this before? I don't know. A lightweight hydrating fluid formulated to bring a sense of calm to sensitive skin. After cleansing and toning, gently massage into the face and neck. Yeah. My skin's not sensitive. I don't think that's an issue. Oh, another thing about Aesop is they changed their website, so my entire wish list is lost, and there were things that I did like and I couldn't remember. Like, it even took me a while to be sure that this is the one that I wanted to get, because there's a few facial oils they have, and ones that are actually called facial oils instead of just facial treatment. So they gave me a sample, like, they just give me samples all the time, especially like there's one lady there, oh, there's actually a couple who really love Triton, but yeah, they tend to just give me stuff. And so I tried a different one, but no, that's the one I like. But it was kind of, the Damascus Rose, like when they first gave me the sample, I was trying to use it just as the oil without mixing it, and it was so hard to use because it would just go everywhere. Like, this has the dropper, but trying to get it out of the packet and just get a little bit, like, you don't need the full amount in the packet, and it was just, yeah, and started getting on all my stuff. So, but figuring out that I could mix it with moisturizer. So good. Anyway, next one we've also got, which you cannot read because my thing doesn't focus properly, but whatever. Lightweight facial hydrating serum. Ooh, serum. But it says daily facial moisturizer for combination oily or sensitive skin. This rapidly absorbed formulation is a soothing base of aloe vera and provitamin B5. After cleansing and toning, smooth over the face and neck. Aloe vera ylang ylang panthenol. I have had this before. It's confusing that they call it serum, but then say it's a moisturizer. I wish the terminology would just sort itself out. And then we've got Exalted Eye Serum, and I have been looking around for, like, what do I do with my eyes? I think I already have a sample of this, and it's very liquidy. But so frankincense, sodium carrageenan, panthenol. Potent yet lightweight serum enriched with vitamins B, C, and E to deliver targeted and sustained hydration. Gently massage a few drops around the eye area until absorbed. It's going to take me forever to use this. For eye serums, you only need the tiniest little bit. And so I've been trying that one and a different one that I got from Aesop from another staff member. And then also been trying a Shiseido sample that I got from Mecca, and they, whenever you ask for samples, they give you so much, so that's just gonna last me for ages. If you want to try an eye cream, if you're like chronically looking tired with the baggy eyes and all that, just go into one of these shops, ask for a sample. I mean, it might help if you look a particular way, but Yeah, just ask for a sample. And you can live off that for a while and long enough to see if it does anything, and decide if you actually like it. And then by the time you decide you need one, you can probably just get another sample from somewhere else, and try a few different products. Like, there's a few that I've had my eye on, but then some are so expensive that I'm like, There's the Sunday Riley one I quite liked, and it smelled nice. It smelled nicer than the more expensive one that the beauty salon gave me. But it's just like, do I really want that? Whereas the Shiseido one, it was a fair bit cheaper. Let's see how I go. Anyway, I'm sure this is the content that my audience is into. What do you expect? I have mental illness. I'm chaotic. Of course I'm going to be having a breakdown one day and then back into the whatever the heck this is the next day. But yeah, no, Aesop, I mean, it's like, they must make a lot of money out of it. Because, even when I haven't looked like a customer, they are nice. They always have the dog treats. And they let him just wander around. It's really good. And he loves to hide there when scary dogs come by that he doesn't like. I don't know if he's scared of them or if he just doesn't like them. He doesn't like certain dogs, and I don't know why. And the breeders all, they must have done something, subtle. And I think it's just smell, or I don't know, the shape of them. Anyway, so that's your frivolous content for the day. And later, I will do like the little tutorial to show you how to mix the bougie drops into the cheap ass moisturizer standard stuff you just buy in bulk. And a few drops and you can transform that into bougie stuff without the price. You gotta think about this, you gotta think about the maths, yes. Upfront cost, high. But if you split it over how long and think about how much that moisturizer could be, like if you then packaged that up, it'd be basically the same thing as having bougie moisturizer. Anyway, you can probably get a cheaper oil and do the same thing. So calm down. You want bougie moisturizer, that's how you make it.